know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. You know something? They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago.
There are a myriad of theories being put forth by people who have ideas about the changes that are occurring to our Earth, to our societies, and to our way of life. There are thousands, and perhaps even millions, of people all across the world, debating the finer points of the many questions surrounding the 9/11 attacks, and perhaps just as many debating the realities of Planet X. Such people, who know in some way that something is going on, are very much on the right track, because something is most definitely going on. The problems we face, and the realities of our world, of our history, our origins, our planet, our future, our education, our media, our government, and our monetary system, can sometimes seem overwhelming. And Planet X answers all the questions. In fact, right when it was needed in our history, Planet X appeared as a perfect and conveniently timed solve to the riddle. But you have to be careful with that. Because when trying to get to the bottom of what is happening in this world, it's important to remain objective. Don't go for the easy fix. See the big picture. Something is indeed going on. And it is all around you. All I can ask is that you stop, just for a moment, and look around you. All the world is a stage. Those who control it can make people believe anything they want. And they have unlimited resources and funds with which to do it. Think. Organizations like FEMA spend less than 6% of their budget on domestic security. The rest goes on black budgets. These people talk in billions of dollars a day. And they have technology far more advanced than anything the public has access to. $1 billion is kind of a hard number for the average person to actually get their head around. Most people simply think of it as big. So let me try and put it into some kind of perspective for you. 1 billion seconds ago, it was 1959. 1 billion minutes ago, it was the time of Jesus. 1 billion hours ago, it was the Stone Age. 1 billion days ago, no one walked on the earth on 2 feet. And $1 billion ago was about 8 hours and 20 minutes ago, at the rate the government spends money. That's the kind of resources they have. And they can psyop you to death. Now I would like to say that I have great respect for Sitchin's work on Sumerian translations, and I personally believe the existence of Planet X to be highly possible. But its arrival, right now, just as we are due to cross the galactic ecliptic, and also in the face of certain events occurring around the globe, raises serious questions. And it also must be taken into account that there is a massive campaign taking place to distract the population of the world with trivia and disinformation. It's happening every day on televisions worldwide, and it is also occurring on the internet, and Planet X is made to order for those people who are awake enough to know that something is going on, but just don't quite know what it is. For such people, Planet X solves all the riddles perfectly. And therein lies the problem. It's just too perfect. The most important thing to remember when finding such a tidy answer to any problem, especially a problem so complex, is to retain your objectivity, and not to lose sight of the big picture, or what is happening around you, and Planet X is the perfect tool with which to do just that, and to keep anyone who feels they are awakening, distracted until 2009, and then, keep them wondering until 2012. And there is a reason why it is so important that you are kept distracted until that time. But remember, real truth is uncomfortable. But it is important that such truth be faced. The population of the world is indeed facing a massive threat. It is a threat which has been slowly growing. And it is one we have been facing for years. Anybody who knows anything at all knows there is a global conspiracy of very wealthy and powerful people who control everything. Everybody knows It is these people at the very top who pull all the strings. Anybody who knows anything at all also knows the 9/11 attacks were orchestrated events, and that they were done in order to kickstart the war on terror, and ultimately bring about the New World Order. There are thousands and possibly even millions of people researching these conspiracies and events online and across the world. But the people will not unite to address the root cause of the problem, and the entire research community is divided by sub-issues. Even the 9/11 truth movement is now divided by the planers and the no-planers, who argue bitterly amongst each other. Now, standing back and looking at it objectively, it is easy to see how such a plane versus no-plane debate could erupt. As some of the 9/11 video footage has very obviously been tampered with. But, divide and conquer is the motto. And, well, maybe they used planes on 9/11, and maybe they used TV fakery, and maybe Planet X is a reality, and will arrive in 2012, and maybe it will not. But ultimately, right now, it doesn't matter either way, because right now, there are far more pressing matters that need your urgent attention. Right now. It is imperative that all researchers drop their differences for now, in order to stand together, to address the root cause of the problems we face, because it is extremely important that the current situation be taken in hand very quickly. If these issues are not addressed, and addressed very soon, it is unlikely that many people will even be alive in 2012 to have to worry about whether Planet X is a reality anyway. It's that serious. Various governments and royal families, right across the world, all follow the same agenda, and are all from the very same bloodline. These are the same people who attend Bilderberg meetings, and who meet each July in California's Bohemian Grove to conduct occultist and mock sacrifice rituals. These are not nice people. They are cultists. And they control all media, most governments, and virtually the entire global monetary system. And if you think that's some kind of fantasy, I suggest you do the research. These are the same families and bloodlines who financed Hitler's rise to power, profited from both sides of the war, and who have been responsible, and profited from, all wars since, and probably before, the American Revolution. Their main goal is the creation of a master race, which is of course, themselves, and those of their bloodline. And to eradicate, or control, everything, and everyone else, on the earth. This is the plan, of the ruling elite. And now that they control most of the world, via control of its monetary system, and hence control over the flow of all information and resources, they are turning their attention towards the elimination of their most dangerous and feared enemy of all. And that enemy, is the populations of the world. That enemy, is you. The most pressing plan of the elite, and a plan that is already well underway, is depopulation, on a global scale, in every country on Earth, and the weapon they intend to use to achieve the desired result is food. Because now, they control all of that too. And by controlling all food supply and production, they have also been able to control food standards, effectively allowing them to genetically alter many foods and introduce many chemicals and toxins into people's diets. They intend to carry out these measures worldwide, via the global implementation of Codex Alimentarius, on December 31, 2009, thereby condemning select sections of populations of the world to death via the forced consumption of toxic and nutrient-deficient foods. By Codex's own numbers, they expect 3 billion people to die, in the first 3 years, from malnutrition and preventable diseases alone. The goal in Western countries is the complete elimination of the middle class, and all populations move to smart growth cities, where children will be cared for by the state. And no, this is not a joke. There is an abundant amount of information on this available for you to research, and this video only makes a tiny scratch on the surface of what there is to actually know. There is a great deal of it on my channel playlists, and I urge you to watch them. Because this concerns you. My friends, World War III has already started. It's just that the people have not yet realized that World War III is the war for the New World Order, and it is being waged against the people by the elite via the governments and the media they control. And it is happening right now.
You know, what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork, and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it.